Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're going to be diving deep into an organization doing some really fascinating work over in Nepal.
Yeah, we're checking out the Just Nepal
The
Foundation.
JNF, right?
Exactly, JNF.
And, I was poking around their website. They're an NGO,
Okay,
and they're based in the Helambu region of Nepal,
cool, cool.
which I don't know a ton about, but it looks beautiful, really mountainous. And they're really focused on, like, empowering communities,
Mm,
really getting to those root causes of problems, which I think is great. I always appreciate it when organizations are thinking about like the long term.
definitely, yeah. And that's actually one of the things that really stands out to me about JNF. They're not just putting band-aids on issues, they're really trying to make a lasting impact.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, they say on their website they've already impacted over 4,000 children,
Hmm.
which like, wow.
Yeah, that's a whole generation practically. You think about the ripple effect of that. It's pretty incredible.
Absolutely. And they're not just focused on one thing either.
Right. So their website lists out these key areas of their work. They've got climate change, inclusive education, youth empowerment, and then food security.
Okay, that's
It's
quite a
yeah,
range.
pretty broad. So let's maybe start with climate change.
Sure, yeah.
So climate change, I mean, Helambu, it's in the mountains, right?
Yeah, the Himalayas,
Ye-
super high up, really rugged
I
terrain.
mean, that's got to make it susceptible to like all kinds of climate impacts, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you think about landslides, you think about flooding. As the climate changes, these areas are becoming increasingly vulnerable, and that's where JNF comes in. They've been working on integrating climate adaptation into like all of their development work.
Okay, so what does that look like in practice?
So there's this quote from the Ward 7 chairman. He's like a local leader there. He was talking about the 2021 flood, which was apparently pretty devastating.
Yeah.
And he mentioned how JNF was right there. They provided emergency relief, which is, of course, critical in the immediate aftermath.
Yeah, for sure. But they didn't stop there. They also provided training to the community, things like early warning systems, how to be better prepared for future events.
Okay, so like long-term thinking.
Exactly. They also helped farmers adopt like drought-resistant farming techniques, and they even worked with the local communities to like develop their own adaptation plans.
So they're not just coming in and saying, here's how you do it. It's like working with the people who live there.
Right, exactly. It's about empowering the communities.
That's fantastic. Now, they also have this focus on inclusive education, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's really interesting how they approach it. They go beyond just, building schools or just focusing on the kids. They look at the whole community.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, they do things like teacher training. That's super important, right?
Yeah.
You want well-trained teachers. They work on improving school infrastructure, making sure the buildings are safe and, conducive to learning. But they also involve parents. They involve community leaders. They recognize that education is not something that just happens in isolation. It's got to be a collaborative effort.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then they've got youth empowerment and food security. But to be honest, the website's a little vague on those.
Yeah, it doesn't go into a ton of detail. But I mean, if you think about it, in a mountainous region like Helambu, I mean, food security has got to be a huge issue, right? I mean, access to, nutritious food, it's
Yeah.
probably a constant challenge.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if you can empower young people, if you can give them skills, I mean, that's addressing both of those issues, right? Like, imagine a program that teaches, I don't know, sustainable farming techniques or something like that.
Yeah, totally. You're addressing the food needs, but you're also creating opportunities for young people. Like a win-win.
Exactly.
Okay, so they've got all these different areas they're working in.
Right.
But like, what's the actual impact, right? Like, how are they actually making a difference?
Well, they have this section on their website called Our Impact, where they really break it down with like, numbers and statistics.
Oh, okay. Let me see. They got 7 wards covered. That's like administrative regions.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, 65 settlements reached, over 500 youths mobilized, 33 schools strengthened.
That's pretty amazing reach. I mean, you think about all the different facets of community life that they're touching on. It's pretty impressive.
It really is. And they're supporting over 47 people with disabilities,
Wow.
and then over 4,000 children helped.
Mm.
That number just like blows my mind.
Yeah, it's a testament to their dedication and the effectiveness of their approach, I think. I mean, to reach that many people in such a challenging environment, it's really something.
Yeah, for sure. And they also have this great testimonial on their website from Nil Bahadur Khatkar.
Oh, yeah, the chairman of Ward 7.
Exactly. And he talks about how JNF helped to create this like real partnership between the communities and the schools and how that really empowered them, like gave them ownership of their own development.
Yeah, that's such an important point. It's not just about like coming in and doing things for people. It's about giving them the tools and the resources and the support that they need to do it for themselves.
Yeah, I think that's something we see time and time again with really effective NGOs. It's about like fostering that sense of ownership because, real change comes from within.
Definitely.
So, I mean, we've covered a lot of ground here. What's like the main takeaway? What's the thing that's like sticking with you?
For me, it's that commitment to addressing root causes. It's not about quick fixes. It's about, like you said, empowering communities to build a better future for themselves. It's about sustainability. It's about, yeah, just really investing in people.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that's really the heart of what JNF is all about. And it's a really powerful model. I mean, thinking about like all the challenges that mountainous communities face, not just in Nepal, but all over the world, right?
Mm.
Like how could JNF's approach be applied to other regions? How could it be adapted? I mean, that's like a really interesting question, right?
Yeah, definitely something to think about. I mean, every region is unique, of course, but I think there are some core principles here that could be applied really broadly.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, I think we'll leave it there. If you're interested in learning more about GNF, maybe even getting involved, I definitely recommend checking out their website. Lots of great information there. And until next time, keep exploring.
See ya.
Bye.